So we'll start with the technical training on commodity and currency. So I'll be sharing across or maybe explaining you few of the famous tools which normally we use and how we are supposed to use it on a chart. Also, I'll be explaining you that what time frame is required for an intraday trader or for or for a positional trader to start trading. So time frame is more important when it comes to trading. So yes, today if I have to give an intraday call, so I'll be looking forward with a 60 minutes or maybe a 30 minutes chart that will suffice my trading perspective about how much prices can actually progress or how much prices will actually regress. So these two things are very important when you are supposed to trade in an intraday. So here are some famous tools which are supposed which we are going to understand. First is the trend lines, then we have channels, then we have support and resistances, then we have Fibonacci, retracement, projections, and moving average. If you sum all this together, this is something which is applied on the price, or I would say on the upper panel of the screen. So all these things we will be understanding one by one, and obviously we'll be placing it on the charts which I have already made available for you guys. So trend lines. Now, how trend lines are drawn, this is something which is very important. To draw a trend line, we have to understand that what is the trend of the market. Now, by saying trend of the market, that means market ऊपर जा रहा है या नीचे जा रहा है. So for that, there is a definition known as higher highs and lows and lower highs and lows. This is the definition of a progressive market and a regressive market. Whenever there is a higher highs and higher lows, we need to draw a trend line joining the higher bottoms or the higher lows. That is the concept of drawing a trend line. If you are not aware of this concept, then please learn it today. This is very important because many of the technical analysts or many of the traders make this mistake again and again. They normally draw trend lines whenever they want and they just keep drawing it. That is not the way. A trend line is supposedly drawn if the trend of the market is positive. Draw it joining the higher bottom, support to the market or to the particular asset class. If the trend of the market is negative, that means it is forming a lower high and lower low, then you need to draw a trend line joining the top and the lower top. That will be a falling trend line. The former one will be a rising trend line. So this is the rising trend line will give support to the market and the falling trend line will provide resistance to the market. This is the concept of trend line. Trend lines are also meant to show you or give you an analysis of what is the trend of the market. If the rising trend line, if you are drawing a rising trend line, that means that the trend of the market is positive. And if it is a falling trend line, that means that the trend of the market is negative. This is how a trend line is drawn. Now, the next question that will arise in your mind is how many tops or how many bottoms need to be tested, or where and how we have to draw a trend line. So the criteria of drawing a trend line is that you need 2 touch points. That's it. If as far as these 2 touch points make the prices intact, that means it persists the prices above this particular trend line or below the trend line, that means that trend line is relevant. And that is very significant once there is a breakout or breakdown in that following trend line. This is the concept of trend line. Now, the second most thing which I want to share across is that channels. अब channels बनता कैसे है? तो जो ट्रेंड लाइन आपने हायर बॉटम से ज्वाइन किया या टॉप से लोअर टॉप पे ज्वाइन किया, उसका ही पैरेलल आप उसको नीचे लगा दो तो वो ट्रेंड चैनल बन जाएगी. जो ऊपर जाती होगी वो राइजिंग चैनल हो जाएगी और जो नीचे जाती होगी उसको फॉलिंग चैनल बोलते हैं. This is exactly how a rising channel or a falling channel is drawn using trend line. This is how we are supposed to understand. Now, as far as prices persist in the channel, that means that the trend is intact. As far as that channel is broken, either up or down, then the trend has changed. This is the concept of trend line and channel. And this is very much required for every trader and analyst to understand. This is the basing of technical analysis, basing of technical analysis. So here I have shown a chart of gold. If you see, the prior trend of the gold was positive. If you see that there is a higher and higher low, so I have drawn a trend line which is going up. Following that, I have placed a trend line, copied the trend line and joined the tops of the of the rising market. So that is a rising channel. After that, once that bottom is broken and it started moving in lower high, lower low fashion, see the falling trend line I have drawn. This is how a trend line and channels I have drawn on gold, which can give you an understanding, a fair amount of understanding that how markets are moving and how what is the trend of the market. I hope I'm very clear into this. Now this is an intraday chart. We'll be discussing more on weekly charts, that how time frames change the trend of the market. So let's understand that in the later session. So let's first understand what is support and resistance. Now, see, even a trend line can provide a support and resistance that we have already seen. Now, even sorry, even a horizontal line drawn by simply putting a horizontal line, if you draw a simple horizontal line, that will also provide a support and resistance. So you'll be asking me, sir, ये कैसे possible है? एक सिंपल सी ट्रेंड लाइन या हॉरिजॉन्टल लाइन को आप ज्वाइन कर लो, या किसी को भी ऐसे कोई भी पॉइंट्स पे ज्वाइन कर लो, वो आपको सपोर्ट रेजिस्टेंस कैसे दे सकता है? The more and more that horizontal line is tested by the price, the more that particular line is relevant. The moment that particular line is broken or surpassed, that means it has been crossed by that particular resistance, prices will climb and or will fall in a much dynamic manner. बहुत जोर का और बहुत अच्छे से वो गिरता है. So these are basically a pattern formation. In layman technical terms, we normally call it as a rectangle pattern. Again, in this particular point, in this particular pattern, we really need two touch points on either side. On both the sides, we need two touch points to form this particular pattern. And I have actually shown this pattern on nickel. If you see this, there is a good amount of a rectangle pattern coming in. There is a two touch points at the upper, which I have shown as a resistance, and two touch points at the bottom, which I have shown as a support. As far as prices persist in this particular support price range, then there is a still possibility that a further jump from this particular level is very much likely. This is how you can use normal trend lines to identify support and resistances horizontally. Now, this is also a very important and yet very interesting topic. So many of you will not be knowing what is projection. So let me make you understand first what is retracement. Now, Fibonacci retracement is actually a number which has come from the mathematician known as Fibonacci himself, and he has come up with the number series, and from that we have found out a percentage of the particular Fibonacci series, which sorry, which is 23.6%, 38.2%, 50%, 61.8%, and 78.6%, and so on and so forth. This normally will help you to identify support and resistances. This is again placed on the price chart, where there is nothing like you have to go in the lower panel and see. No need for that. So this is already applied on the price chart, and this will help you to understand कि मार्केट गिरने के बाद कितना ऊपर जा सकता है या ऊपर जाने के बाद कितना नीचे आ सकता है. This is the usefulness of this particular technical tool. For example, let me say गिर रहा है, गोल्ड गिर रहा है, ठीक है. At certain point there has to be a bounce back, right? Obviously it cannot be a reversal, but a bounce back or a relief rally, which normally we call it up, is quite possible. So if that happens, तो कितना परसेंटेज तक जा सकता है? 50%, 38.2%, 61.8, जो गोल्डन रेशो बोला जाता है 61.8, वहां तक जा सकता है. तो ये कैलकुलेट, पहले के जमाने में सब कैलकुलेशन होता था, अभी तो सब कुछ अवेलेबल है और वो भी फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट में, इतना उस पर कुछ अपने को करना नहीं है. बट देन ऑल्सो दिस फिबोनाची गोल्डन रेशियो इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, or maybe all the Fibonacci percentage which I have discussed is also very much important in identifying support and resistances. Okay. Similarly, projection की बात मैं करता हूं, तो projection में भी Fibonacci projection आता है. ये normally advanced technicals में use होता है. इससे forecast किया जाता है कि कितना percentage तक rise होगा market में for a particular asset class. Say for example crude. जैसे ही crude जो नेगेटिव में चला गया था, उसके बाद एक अच्छे सा रैली आया था, एंड देन देयर वाज अ साइडवेज मूव. अब सी एवरीवन न्यू दैट ये वापस जीरो तो नहीं होगा. वो टाइम पे मेनी एनालिस्ट के स्टेटेड दैट वापस जीरो हो जाएगा, क्रूड इज गॉन, इलेक्ट्रिक कार्स आर गोइंग टू कम बैक, एंड यू नो, एंड द वर्ल्ड इज गोइंग फॉर serious countering of climate change. So they will be banning all the oil, the petroleum products and all, everything they'll be banning, and ये सब होगा तो क्रूड जीरो हो जाएगा. बट ऐसा नहीं हुआ. टुडे we are at around 5300 level, right from 0 to 5300. And the best part about it is no one knew why it bounced back so much. Obviously pandemic और वो सब तो बात की बात है कि भाई इस तरह से ऐसा हुआ, and demand curves and all such things, that is a different fundamental way of understanding. But prices normally react before everything comes in. So that is very important to understand. So let us see the Fibonacci retracement on M6 crude. So if you see, I've taken the top. Okay, I've also placed a falling trend line, and this falling trend line was crossed. So this is a bullish breakout. Also, I have shown Fibonacci retracements, some rainbow colors that you are seeing on the screen. So if you see the top, okay, and at the bottom where it comes to zero levels, I have drawn that Fibonacci projection. If you see the dotted line, it is dotted lines has been joining there, and I have shown that it has gone somewhere close to about 61.8%. If you see, it has almost gone to 61.8%, or it has crossed 61%. So next target is around 6500, which is 78.6%. So 6297 is what they are showing. So yeah, 6297. 6300 is the next target as per the Fibonacci retracement. This is how you can use Fibonacci retracements in understanding that this is the possible resistance and this is the possible support of a particular asset class. After that, like I said, I have used projection, understand तक price जा सकता है. This particular first leg of the market, and then on the second leg, that is the downtrend, I have used that particular projection level, and uske baad, if you see, it has already surpassed 100% of the rise from the bottom. Okay, and it is even going above it. So the next target is 161.8%, which comes to around 6300. So even the projection and even the retracement is showing the same result, that prices are supposedly to go to 6300 in near future. Now, what is the fundamental reason and why this is going to happen? Maybe right now the articles which are giving an indication is that the curves of pandemic is now slowly and gradually they are coming out, and travel and all transportations and travels will be opening up shortly, and that can actually drive the prices higher. So imagine if you are at 5300 levels on MCX, and now all such things will start opening up, that can actually drive prices to more 1000 points. Believe me, everything around us will become costly in at least one quarter, the next quarter. That is what I'm estimating, that in next quarter our milk prices to our vegetable prices, everything will rise very sharply, and inflation is going to hit us very, very, very bad. But this is my way of understanding. Obviously, technicals are telling different stories, so I will not be going too much into detail. Now, the last but not the least, many of you are using this in your technical approach. I am myself very much aware that many traders are using this for understanding the better trading style. They normally take use of moving averages. I normally use 20 exponential moving average and 50 simple moving average. Two moving averages which I use and which has helped me very much in understanding the market trend. Moving average, obviously, they are the averages. They have been calculated in the way as averages. There are a lot of moving averages, but obviously the excuse me, but obviously the two of the most well-known moving averages is simple moving average and exponential moving average. The third one is the weighted moving average, which normally I have put here in the PPT. So this moving average, why we use moving average? So if I tell you a story of Charles Dow, now people, many of you must be knowing who is Charles Dow, but who doesn't know it, I'll tell you who was he. He was the father of technical analysis in Western countries, obviously USA. Charles Dow, at that particular time, there were like 30 or 50 companies which was trading in the market. And he thought that let me take the weighted average of all the companies and start an index. Okay, so he used 30 industries for the industrial companies, for the industrial averages, and the transportation. He has made another index for it. Today, those indexes are known as Dow Jones Industrial Average and Dow Jones Transportation Average. It was named after him. So he has given this particular theory. Now, why he has used averages? Why he has taken the weighted average? So that समझो कि अगर कोई है खराब इन द सेंस कि सच में बहुत खराब आ जाता है तो वो कंपनी का स्टॉक गिर जाएगा, बट अदर देन ऑल द अदर स्टॉक्स विल कंटिन्यू टू शो द ट्रेंड ऑफ द मार्केट. कि अगर पॉजिटिव तो पॉजिटिव जाएगा, नेगेटिव तो नेगेटिव जाएगा. अगर नेगेटिव है और कंपनी का रिजल्ट सच में अच्छा नहीं आया तो वो ही स्टॉक सबसे ज्यादा गिरेगा, नॉट द इंडेक्स. So that is the reason behind Charles Dow coming up with an Dow Jones Industrial Average. But here, if you talk about moving average is also the same thing. समझो कोई एक स्टॉक है जिसका रिजल्ट बहुत खराब आ गया, लेकिन वो स्टॉक कंटिन्यूसली रिजल्ट से पहले ऊपर ही जा रहा था. ठीक है, सडनली रिजल्ट खराब आ जाता है. जैसे ही खराब आया, स्टॉक सीधा डिप करता है नीचे, 3-4 वीक का एवरेज तोड़ देता है. फिर सडनली अनाउंसमेंट कुछ इस तरह से आता है कि भाई मार्केट मतलब प्रोस्पेक्ट बहुत अच्छा है, सिर्फ हमने यही रीजन के कारण हमको लॉस हो गया, बाकी आगे का फ्यूचर बहुत ब्राइट है, रोबस्ट है. और सडनली देयर इज अ पुल बैक हो जाता है, पूरा प्राइस वापस ऊपर चला जाता है. तो ये जो इरेटिक मूवमेंट है उससे मूविंग एवरेज डिस्टर्ब नहीं होती. मूविंग एवरेज कंटिन्यूसली ऊपर ही जाती होगी, क्योंकि मार्केट पहले से ही, वो स्टॉक पहले से ही ऊपर जा रहा था. मूविंग एवरेज भी वही डायरेक्शन दिखाएगी. इट नॉर्मली शोज यू और गिव्स यू अ सिग्नल वेरी लेट, बट वेन एवर इट शोज यू लेट सिग्नल, उसके बाद कंटिन्यूसली वो ऊपर या नीचे ही जाएगा. द चेंज जो होता है मूविंग एवरेज का वो थोड़ा लेट हो जाएगा. दैट्स इट. So that is the reason why we call this moving average as a laggard giving signal. This is the chart of copper, and if you see, I have drawn a falling channel. Along with that, I have placed moving average. So now let me show you how this has worked. So the red moving average is the 20 exponential moving average, and the blue moving average is the 50 SMA moving average. If you see, whenever there is the 20 days moving average has cut the 50-day moving average from above, market has fallen and copper prices have fallen. And whenever the 20-day exponential moving average has crossed the 50-day simple moving average from below, market has given a rise. This is a simple technique people normally use. If you combine trend lines, if you combine channels, if you combine everything together, you will get phenomenal result by just placing it properly. I hope I'm very clear in this. Now, whatever charts I have shown you today was on intraday, that is 60 hours, 60 minutes, or maybe 120 minutes. So today, I will be doing something extra only for you guys. Different chart patterns, or maybe the time frames that we use, how it differs. So in this particular chart of copper, we normally say कि भाई ये तो अभी नीचे जाएगा, खत्म हो गया है, इसका अभी नीचे जाएगा, क्योंकि लोअर हाई लोअर लो बना रहा है, फॉलिंग चैनल है, सब कुछ यहाँ पे इंटैक्ट है, तो ये गिरेगा ही. बट इफ यू सी हियर, this is copper. I hope this is very much clear to you. This is the weekly chart of copper, and see where it is. It is already at the support of the rising trend line, already at the support of the moving average, that is 20 EMA. If you see here on the left hand side, upper left hand side of your screen, I have placed EMA 20. If you can see here, that is the red one. And obviously it is also on the support of the falling channel. So there are three important supports currently which is placed for copper, and this particular level is known as confluence zone, where there are n number of supports for a particular asset class. So for me, going short at this particular level will be very dangerous. I will not go short here. I will rather wait for a bounce back to come in. Maybe if all the supports tomorrow or maybe day after tomorrow has been broken, then and then only I will come up with a report saying that now copper has turned down the possible, has changed the trend from positive to negative, and now prices will fall. And the primary reason behind this will be the China, saying that we want the metal prices to come down. But as of now, technically, no supports have been broken, but it is at a support of 685 odd. So that is a very important support for it. So currently, I am not going to short from here. No matter people might go short on intraday basis, but then again, we have to make sure that it is too dangerous. Only aggressive traders can do it at this particular juncture. So if you see here, the trend is positive. There is higher highs and higher lows has been formed, and overall the sentiment is positive because the higher highs and higher lows are intact. There is no discontinuation of this pattern, and so I will not say that I am going short in this particular asset class. Okay, now this is gold. Many of you must be knowing what happened yesterday. Gold crashed more than 4.5%. On what grounds? On Wednesday at 11:30 p.m., FOMC came up with a dot plot. Okay, now this dot plot basically states that how many or interest rate hikes are possible from the FOMC members. So this was a surprise element for the entire world. They were expecting one rate hike by 2023. Dot plot suggested 2 rate hikes by 2023. This actual scenario crashed everything, right from the equities, right from the gold and silver. If you remember, I have told you in the last webinar that whenever there is a rate hike, dollar index will go up and gold and silver will fall. And whenever there is an aggressive rate hike like these comments which has come from FOMC members that they are going for 2 rate hikes, obviously gold and silver has to fall. This was very much obvious. I'm telling you, no one can save you, and it is always better to avoid taking positions overnight when there is an FOMC meet coming in. This is something which is very dangerous, and I'll be also giving you a lot of a cautious note in saying that that please be safe, make your clients safe on this particular overnight factors which can dampen the price of particular assets like gold and silver. Now let us understand what has happened here. So see, yesterday by falling, plummeting like 4.5 or maybe 4.8%, prices again are at a support. If you see the horizontal pink line, which are purple line, which I've drawn, this is an important support. Then that support is 46. As far as this support is intact, I will not go further short in the market. I will not short gold as far as 46,500 is intact. Yes, tomorrow it might break or it won't break. It might again go back, but the trend will again change if it crosses above 48,000. 48,000 will be a very crucial, very crucial resistance. And if it crosses decisively, then yes, again, gold will start going up. If you see the moving average also, the moving averages and is still, trying to cut the 50 SMA from below. Up that much, but again, at this particular juncture, we will say that gold might go sideways to negative, and obviously a positive break can only occur once 48,000 is crossed decisively and sustained above it. So this is the view on gold on weekly chart. Then this is lead. Now if you see, like copper, lead, zinc, everything went down. There was nothing to stop such dynamic falls. Many of you came to me, many of the clients were stuck, and I was saying that continuously that today is not our day. Market will continue to go down and maybe a support and can only be a breather for the market. But if you see this chart, many of you will say, अरे ये तो buy बनता है, sell तो है ही नहीं. और एक्चुअली ये चार्ट को देख के कोई बोलेगा ही नहीं कि सेल है. ये चार्ट को देख के लगेगा कि बाय ही है. Prices are above both the moving averages. Both the moving averages are going up. Prices are persisting above the rising trend line. All the things, and obviously there is no discontinuation of higher highs and higher lows. So all the things are intact. तो मैं क्यों शॉर्ट करूं? मेरे लिए मुझे भी तो देखना है ना कि यार ये शॉर्ट का है या फिर लॉन्ग का है या क्या है. अभी तक तो ऐसा कोई सिग्नल ही मुझे नहीं मिल रहा है कि मैं यहाँ पे ऐसा बोल दूं कि शॉर्ट है. हाँ, कोई ऐसा बोलेगा कि सर ये डबल टॉप जैसा कुछ तो बन रहा है, लेकिन डबल टॉप के लिए उसको नीचे आना पड़ेगा, और उसके नीचे भी अगर देखो तो 159 160 के आसपास है आपका मूविंग एवरेज है, सिंपल मूविंग एवरेज. तो ये इतनी जल्दी कुछ गिरने वाला है नहीं, unless and until there is a again an overnight factor coming in that can change the trend of the market. ओवरनाइट का हम लोग कुछ नहीं कर सकते हैं, टेक्निकली तो कुछ भी नहीं कर सकते हम लोग. And then that many of you are well aware of. बट ये ट्रेंड को देख के तो शॉर्ट नहीं बनता है अभी के लिए. सिमिलरली इफ यू सी जिंक में भी ऐसा ही चल रहा है. अब ये चार्ट देख के कोई मुझे बोलेगा कि कोई शॉर्ट कर सकते हैं हम, इंट्राडे में ठीक है शॉर्ट कर सकते हैं, बट अभी जो जहाँ पे आ चुका है ये वीकली पे देखो, अगेन ये मूविंग एवरेज सपोर्ट पे आ गया है. शॉर्ट करें? आई डोंट थिंक सो. I seriously don't think so I can short. Only if it sustains below that moving average, then only I can go for a short or a sell call can be generated. अब ये आ गया आपका करेंसी USD INR. Now many of you must be knowing कि क्या हो गया USD INR. It went up to about 1% single day. ₹1 से ऊपर चला गया. क्यों चला गया? Obviously FOMC डॉलर इंडेक्स वहां पे 3 मंथ के हाई पे आ गया, और अपने उधर USD INR सीधा 74 क्रॉस होकर सीधा 74.30. अब ये जो ट्रेंड जो फॉलिंग चैनल है उसने वो कब से वो देयर वाज अ ब्रेकआउट, क्लियर कट बुलिश ब्रेकआउट, देन इट केम डाउन टू टेस्ट दैट पर्टिकुलर ट्रेंड लाइन. ट्रेंड लाइन जो पहले रेजिस्टेंस हुआ करती थी वो फिर बन जाती है सपोर्ट, और ये ट्रेंड लाइन का सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स है, इसको हम बोलते हैं रोल रिवर्सल। रोल रिवर्सल, जो पहले रेजिस्टेंस था वो बाद में सपोर्ट बन गया, और ये जो हुआ ऊपर से जो नीचे आके टेस्ट किया उसको हम थ्रो बैक बोलते हैं। अगर ये नीचे से ऊपर आता है तो उसको हम पुल बैक बोलते हैं। ये ऊपर से नीचे आके सपोर्ट को टेस्ट किया इसलिए इसको थ्रो बैक बोला गया है, और उसके बाद ये वापस से ऊपर गया। अब वो न्यूज आया इसलिए ऊपर गया या टेक्निकली ये ऊपर जाने वाला था, दैट यू डिसाइड, बट दिस इज हाउ इट लुक्स लाइक। This is a weekly chart of USD INR. And the last is your, I think this is the last, yes. So hope this presentation has helped you in many ways. I will just close the screen and come back to you. Okay, so I have got some. All right, if you have any questions, you can, directly shoot on me, so I can help you with that. On the chat section, you can ask me. This will be great. Okay, so I don't have silver chart right now with me, but I will definitely help you, and I'll give it to you. I'll circulate the silver chart in maybe on Monday or maybe today at the end of the session. Okay, so like I said कि गोल्ड जो है वो अभी भी एक सपोर्ट पे है, 46,500 का सपोर्ट है, वो बहुत क्रूशल है। और यहाँ से ज्यादा शॉर्ट करना मैं गोल्ड पे ना बोलूंगा, बिकॉज gold itself is not going to go down that much. So as far as 46,500 is intact, I will not go aggressively short for gold. Okay. Also, above 48,000, we have a resistance. If it goes above 48,000, then and then only we can maybe go for another buy. See, crude, well, yesterday if you see, crude has fallen, very aggressively. Today also it did not go higher, but stayed, tried to go up, and then again it's falling down. So I think some kind of correction is due in crude, but that does not mean that, that the trend will change. Any more questions? Thank you so much, Mr. Jalpesh. Thank you. I hope this is very useful. This is something which I have always been working on. Okay, so all right. Yeah, so which indicator? Okay, so now, like I said, today I have not used any indicator. Like I have only used tools which applies on the price chart. For indicators, we have to go in the lower panel, and then we have to take care of it. That I will be discussing in the following sessions, which I'll be taking. So once I'm done with this, probably next week, when there is a next webinar, I'll be also explaining you about the indicators, which indicators you can see, you can try, to take care of, whether it is intraday, weekly, or something. Many of the analysts or traders use RSI, which is a famous indicator. So something is crucial to watch for, but then again, right now, no indicators to be used because I have not done it. Yeah, please tell me. Okay, I have another question coming in. Okay, for intraday, you can use hourly chart or maybe 120-minute chart. Copper, well, it is difficult to say that it will go about 800. Again, we have to see that from the support which I have already discussed with you. If it gives a phenomenal bounce, then it can cross 800 and maybe go to 1,000 odd levels also. All right. Okay, so we have another questions coming in. Okay, so I got a question from Santanaman. He has asked me that my zinc call today was very good. Can you explain how I did? Understand that commodities, if you understand the trend of the market of any particular asset class, so if you say कि भाई बुलियंस अलग है, बेस मेटल्स अलग है, अब मुझे पता है कि पास्ट 2 डेज से सॉरी पास्ट 2 डेज से जिंक है, कॉपर है, सब नीचे जा रहा था, बट जिंक रिसेंटली ब्रोक द प्रीवियस सपोर्ट जोन. सो फ्रॉम पास्ट 2 डेज आई वाज ट्राइंग टू अंडरस्टैंड कि भाई ये नीचे जा रहा है तो ठीक है. जैसे ही इंट्राडे लो कटता था, नया लो बनाता था, तो आई यूज्ड टू सेल इट. टुडे आल्सो व्हेन इट breached the previous intraday low, that is yesterday's low, I sold it off because I know that it will fall. The rise of that particular asset or particular copper or particular metal was very minimum as compared to lead. So when you actually compare lead and zinc is actually falling more than lead. If you take the ratio chart also, zinc is more weaker than lead, but that is only for intraday. If you see the weekly chart of both the particular asset class, which we have already seen, then both of them are actually very strong. So intraday is very different, and other things are very different. Well, it depends. VWAP is it depends how you take it. Okay, so there is no chart right now. I'm just giving you a blank screen. I hope this particular session is very helpful to you, and I hope this has been very useful to you as well. So please, whatever I have shown you or whatever I explained to you, make sure that you use it, you try to apply it by yourself and make the most of it. Hope this is hope I have done justice to this particular presentation, and I hope you have all understood it properly. Thank you so much. We'll end the session here. Thank you.